It just feels like we're a catalyst to get in there and take that talent that's already there and help it go to the next level.
It's helping people be their best selves. I think we really do live up to the Meridian name, helping people to their highest potential.
How do you work with your employees in order to make them more productive, more satisfied, more authentic, truer to themselves, therefore they could be more productive for their companies?
Early on started doing coaching because I could see that that was a really good way to help start to make a difference in an organization, especially if you could coach at the top, because you can impact the whole organization. So we did a lot of training because that's what you did, and we did a little bit of everything. Little by little, I realized that I really enjoyed the one-on-one coaching. And I started out calling us Depta and Associates. And then one night, in the middle of the night, I woke up, sat straight up in my bed, and I said, Meridian. And I knew that that was the name of my company. I have no idea where that came from. So the next day I went and looked it up in the dictionary, and it said in the dictionary, one of the definitions, there are several, a point or period of highest development or greatest prosperity. And I thought, that's it. So I had to get new cards and all of that, but that was a small price to pay for getting myself started. And that was the beginning. But for so many of the leaders that I was working with, they didn't understand about the importance of building a team, or the importance of communication, or the importance of positive feedback and all those things. There was an older way of managing, so I wanted to help them learn some new ways. So I had developed a model called How to Influence with Integrity. And I taught them the model, and we used that in all of our coaching and our teamwork and so on, which is based on neuro-linguistic programming. And it's it's been a model I've been using for the 20 years, so it stood the test of time. And it really is a way for us to live our lives and do what we say we want our clients to do.
I think one of the things that we bring to the table is the ability to be objective. We can come in, and I always say sometimes we can get the helicopter view that they can't get themselves. We can see things from kind of a lens and an angle that they can't see because they're too close to the work and they're too close to the employees to be able to have that kind of objectivity. So we bring that in, then we get down in the trenches with them and work. So we're able to have a lens from high level and as well get in there with them and say, okay, now I'm going to work with you. We're going to partner with you all along the way until you're able to see the changes that you want to see, and then you're on your own and you're stronger and better.
You know, I think coaching is really about holding up a mirror to ourselves and to each other so that we can be real and be authentic. And as coaches with Meridian, we're constantly asking our clients, how's this working for you? Are we on task? Are we doing what you're here to achieve? You know, how can we partner better with you to fulfill what you're trying to do? So it's about ongoing accountability.
I think we couldn't be in a more dynamic time with the economy being the way it is, with organizations large and small taking a look at what is their core business. They're really having to go back and figure out who they are, what they want to focus on, and how do they use the talent of their teams the best. And I feel Meridian's role is to help them develop their teams, develop how they work together, and how they can build their companies to succeed in the future.
I think if I had to summarize the things that Depta has done for me through Meridian, it is to open my eyes to take hold of my business and get out there and be more active in it, be a better communicator, be a better leader. And she's given me some tools. Some of that is in some outside reading, and some of it is in just sit-down communication across the table and looking me in the eye and going, well, Carl, you need to do this and you need to think about this. She created some goals for me. She showed me how to get feedback from people, to measure whether or not I'm doing those goals. And she has helped me understand accountability in my employees, but how to do accountability in a way that my employees are in the process, involved from the first steps, that they understand and have input. I think that's the biggest thing she's taught me, is to get other people's input and create consensus of, this is what you're responsible for. And if you can get them to spit it back and tell you what they're responsible for, they have to take more ownership with it than if you just tell them, this is what you have to do. That's been meaningful. Anne has helped me get out and go to functions, not by going along with me, but by creating in me the confidence and giving me some tools of how do I go about doing that, and making me understand that I have to do it if I'm going to be a leader and I'm going to be an owner of a business. It's not a choice. So if you don't take that responsibility, then you're not being responsible to your people and you're not leading your people.
Anne came in and did a presentation on influencing with integrity, and it had a truly unique impact on me. So much so that I wanted to introduce myself to Anne and to learn a little bit more about her, what she does, and her background. From that meeting, she was able to be a coach for me and help me along my path as a leader and a manager within my firm and move my personal leadership development along.
Working with the clients of today, and they have so much savvy about technology and in the high-tech world that we're living in, sometimes people lose sight of the need for personal relationships and for continuing to communicate in person. And they need coaches like us to help them with those kinds of relationships. So in thinking about going forward in the next 20 years, I guess I never thought I would have made it this far in 20 years. And what I've realized that it's flown by because I'm doing what I love. And if you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work. And I'm also optimistic about the future because I've chosen some younger people who can take this to the next 20 years and be successful and have fun and have a wonderful ride the way I have.